I'm Anita Huberman. I'm CEO of the Surrey Board of Trade, and thank you so much for attending our networking at noon. And it is hosted by EduWeb Consulting. We are on the unceded territory of our Coast Salish people, specifically the Kwantlen Katsi Semiahmoo and Tawasin First Nations. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. This is a digital event, and we still need to network during the pandemic. And we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for year 2021. But for now, we still need to meet and connect through our digital platforms. So thank you so much for being with the Surrey Board of Trade. We are Surrey's city building business organization. And just wanted to indicate to you that we are here for you, for the business community, to instigate change at the different levels of government, to be your concierge of connections, whether it's to government supports, through our Rapid Response Business Center, or through anything that you may need. And we have been helping people through the pandemic since the pandemic started in March. I sit on the Premier's Economic Recovery Council. We're one of 9 organizations that meet with the Premier and different government officials almost weekly. And we formed a Surrey Economic Recovery Coalition, meeting with city staff weekly and later on after the summer monthly. And then also we have a direct line right into the Prime Minister's office to identify any gaps or opportunities for the business community. So we are here for you, and we are the top 10 largest chambers of commerce, boards of trades in Canada. There's 450 of us in our great nation. I'm so pleased that events like this simply would not happen without sponsorship. And EduWeb is certainly a significant resource to our workforce community. They're a team of software strategists, developers, and designers, and they are creating digital space in terms of software applications, which not only streamlines activities for your business, but also helps you track the tiniest details to your workflow. And especially during this pandemic, we have learned all about data-driven decisions, and data analytics in order to drive short-term, long-term planning. And so please help me welcome our sponsor from EduWeb Management System ClassTrack, Gaurav Sharma. Gaurav, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anita. That was a wonderful introduction. And welcome all. We at EduWeb want to welcome you to a range of our services and products that will help your business grow and also help you streamline or take more control over each and every activity that goes on in your business. Today, I'm going to showcase an example of our education management software called ClassTrack. And this is just one of the examples of the streamlined workflow control system that we have built for different industries. So education industry is one which is like really complex and has a lot of permutations in terms of possibilities. So quickly, I will go ahead and share my screen and start my presentation. So as you can see, EduWeb Consulting is actually fairly a new organization. It started in 2018, but we've got a lot of awards and recognition in our portfolio and different kinds of industries that we are catering to. And our main achievement is to help people save a lot of paper. So a lot of the organizations, if they're using paperwork for their non-essential or non-legal systems, then they can always avoid the paperwork and help the planet in saving those papers. So we have a lot of services. Basically, we can start from a very basic service of creating a website, which is more functional than a regular website, which will do a lot of automation for you. And you can tell us the processes that you're following, and we can create a software which will eliminate almost the entire paperwork. And we will also help you get famous and do search engine optimization or any kind of brand identity that you need. So today I'm going to showcase ClassTrack, which is very quickly becoming one of the most preferred learning management systems in the world. We are present in 23 countries already, and we just started a year ago. And the best thing about ClassTrack is that it is the only concierge LMS. So by concierge LMS means that if your organization is following a particular workflow and it's not available in any of the learning management systems, we can tweak our existing LMS to accommodate your process flows. So it is basically like, if you want to say, yeah, I want this report to be generated for me. So you don't need to look for any special developers. So we will provide that those kind of reports or custom solutions for free. And if there is a new feature and if it is only available, if it is only developed for your organization, then we charge you. Otherwise, if it is going to benefit all other users, then we don't even charge you for that. And as far as teaching is concerned, we have online teaching. It can be a blended course or a completely online course. We have a very robust course builder where teachers can build. And of course, there are a lot of other features that we have which don't exist in any other LMS. So I will just now take you through very different key aspects. This is a typical dashboard of ClassTrack, and you get everything, your advanced analytics, which are the classes which are going to happen today. And basically the admin of a college can actually manage everything within this dashboard. Uh, as far as the teachers are concerned, we have a very, very easy system of managing the classes. So in that, all we do is we give them a layout where in one screen they can do everything from taking attendance to marking different exams. And if they want to take an online exam, then they can set up this kind of an exam where they, on the left, they will have the questions, or they can create multiple choice quizzes. We have all kinds of questions: fill in the blanks, match the following, drag and drop, whatever you may need. And they can decide, okay, on the right, the students will answer. And we have proctored exams as well. So if the student has a laptop with a camera, then they can be recorded while giving the exam, and each and every moment, each and every aspect of the students writing and whatever activity they are doing is tracked. Now, as far as workflow is concerned, we have the world's best task management system. So what happens is we have something called as a form to task. So when you through ClassTrack or one of the task managers, you can actually create a form. So this form can be created in different ways. Either it can be just a regular form with a QR code, or it can be like a pop-up on the landing page. For example, this Infinity School of Hospitality, this has a landing page on our website, and on their landing page they have a pop-up. So everything that is filled in this form is straight away sent to one of the tasks here. And then from here, you can put checkpoints. And let's say if this checkpoint, you can give actions to the checkpoints. So, and it automatically calculates what is the lead worth. So if, let's say, you click on a particular checkpoint and it is supposed to move the object to another bucket, then it will just move this to different, you can move these tasks to different buckets as and when you complete them. And then you can just create something which is you can find out how much value each and every task has. So you can create different tasks, and you can actually streamline your admission process, your fee dues, your inquiries. So, and you can create any number of activities, your marketing activity. So everything can be streamlined in a very nice way. And we provide a free landing page. For example, Makeup Academy has its own landing page. They're just building it right now. So there are just a few courses. So you can actually sell these courses right here. So if you are creating some courses which are self-running, so you can just simply put them on our landing page, and then sell those courses. And we have a corporate style screen by screen tutorial or a lesson plan where you can actually create a lesson plan like this, or you can create a lesson plan like this in terms of chapters, and lessons. So that you can just have a kind of a linear course structure. And any of these courses, as I told you, they can be given a price. And we have the real-time discount system where you can just say, okay, if I give 40% discount, how much is the price going to be? Or if I want to give it for 1500, then how much discount should I give? So everything is very simple and very straightforward in ClassTrack. And that is something which is being used by many, many colleges across the world, especially for the way we manage the attendance. And we have like a built-in, you can integrate QuickBooks or any other API that you have. We have a huge set of settings for the institute where they can define sections. They can pretty much customize everything that they need. And they can integrate QuickBooks here, or any payment gateways, so people can just pay from within ClassTrack itself. So this is one example of how we are helping the education industry accommodate to the online training and online management system. And as far as the other things are concerned, in which there are different industries, like for example, we have the retail industry, in that we are building another system where different employees and different departments can be streamlined in terms of this. We'll use the same task board that I showed you, and different auto-generated emails, auto-generated reminders, and a lot of other things can be incorporated. And the best part is that everything is available on a mobile app as well. So you can actually streamline a lot of activities no matter what industry you're in. So that's all that I have to explain today. Thank you so much, Anita.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Just simply innovative. And if any of you have any questions, please contact Gaurav. Gaurav, if you can put your contact information in the chat function of
Sure.
the technology, that would be useful. People can copy and paste it and contact you afterwards.
Sure. Thank
And
you.
thank you so much for hosting today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do right now is we are going to network through a very structured way. I'm going to call each of your names. You are going to either get a piece of paper out and a pen and write down each other's names, or you're going to copy and paste it through the chat function. But absolutely put your contact information in there. What we need to do to make sure this networking works in the digital space is we need to follow up with each other after the digital event is over. So we want to write down what all of us are looking for in terms of connections. And if you don't see someone on screen that you want to connect with, remember, all of us have a significant network of connections, and we can connect you in that way. Networking is not only about receiving, it's also about giving. It's about establishing a business relationship, and we still need to do that during the pandemic. So let's start. I'm going to call each person. You're going to indicate who you are, what your company name is, a little bit about what you do, and one industry that you're wanting to connect with. We'll all write it down, and then we'll connect with you after the event is over. And you want to spend, about 50 seconds doing that. And you can do all of that in 50 seconds. Your name, company name, what you do, and who you're wanting to connect with. So let's begin with Leonard Hondoko. Leonard, you're on. Please unmute yourself.
My name is Leonard Andoko, and my business is actually doing some export to Southeast Asia. That is Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and right now also Myanmar and also Indonesia. So this region is growing very fast. So I represent some companies. Right now it's only 2 companies. One of them is in the business of health medical kits, which is rapid test. So I'm selling many types of rapid tests for GMO tests and also for COVID tests, etc. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leonard. And just a reminder, when you're putting your contact information in the chat function, remember to put your email address and your phone number in there so people can get connected with you in different ways. Thank you so much, Leonard. Brenda Hooper, you're next.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Brenda Hooper. My company is called Discussions by Design. And what I do is I work with SMEs, the business owners and leaders, and I basically help them to improve their leadership communication and conflict management skills. My background, I'm a professional mediator, and I've used that along with my training and communication to help improve teams and client relationships, all by having some really fulfilling and rich type of discussions. So it's discussions by design. So the, what was it, Anita? Oh, who am I looking for? So I would say I am just about, I'm quite excited. I'm launching a mastermind group for entrepreneurs called the Holistic Method Mastermind. And what that is for, it's using a 3-prong approach, is to help business owners grow their business. So anyone who's interested in just seeing what success is going to look like for them and grow their business in 2021 and who are entrepreneurs, I am looking to just connect with them for the Holistic Method Mastermind starting January.
Thank you so much, Brenda. And next is Surrey's Business Person of the Year for year 2020, Mr. Roger Steers. You're up next.
Thanks, Anita. Well, after that announcement, or that introduction, Roger Steers, Managing Principal. I threw a link to my contact information in the chat room. I've been with RJC for about 33 years, and we provide engineering consulting services for design of new buildings and also the fixing of and maintenance of existing buildings. So kind of a cradle to grave approach, if you will. Who am I looking to connect with? Well, anybody who has buildings that need to be looked after, have questions about buildings that need to be looked after, whether it's water ingress, whether it's anything that leads to deterioration. But I also tend to be a very well-connected individual. So if really anybody who's looking for help on just about anything, I've often said, if you need the wax seal replaced on your toilet, you're not sure how to do it, give me a call. And if I can't do it myself, I'm sure I can find somebody that can help you. So that's about it.
Thank you, Roger. George Pedersen, you're next. We can't hear you. No, you're on mute. Nope. Okay, we'll go to the next person and come back to you in just a moment. So Kyle Fairfield, you are next.
Thank you, Anita. Hi, everybody. We're brand new to Surrey. We've been in business for 15 years, and we sell the stuff behind me, which is shipping containers. We rent them for 145 bucks a month. You can drop it on your yard and do whatever you want with it. Construction companies, reno companies, home moves, this is what we do. We're excited to be part of the Surrey Board of Trade. I think I might be the newest member, seeing as we just put our paperwork through this morning. And I love what I'm seeing. I'm from the Lower Mainland, and I think a lot of you, Indra and Anita, you guys are household names. You meet the news a lot, and so we believe that you're the right kind of group for us to be a part of. I look forward to working with a lot of you over the years. Who's my target today? If somebody is here from the construction industry and you need a container dropped on your site for content storage, let me know. I'll put my details in the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kyle, and thank you for joining the Surrey Board of Trade. George, are you ready? You're still on mute? No, it's not working. No. So George, if you could put your information that we're looking for in the chat function, that would be great. And absolutely, we'll take a look at that. Olivia Peters, you are next.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Anita. My name's Olivia. I'm with Kwantlen Polytechnic University. I work with our advancement department, so supporting students to have the best chance of success at KPU and beyond. And today I am also looking to connect with entrepreneurs as we have a renewing entrepreneurial leadership program that's being revamped next fall, which is very exciting. And actually, Brenda, I'd love to connect with you after this directly. That would be great. And yeah, any other entrepreneurs out there or people you know who are looking to become entrepreneurs, that would be great.
Thank you, Olivia. David Bennett, you're next.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dave Bennett. I'm the Director of Communications and External Relations with Fortis BC. I'm also newly on the Board of Directors of the Surrey Board of Trade. And I'm also chair of the Invasive Species Council of BC. And I've been with Fortis for about 30 years, doing a whole bunch of different things. But right now I do communications, so traditional web and media, as well as community relations and government relations. So yeah, I'm here. I mean, pretty well, most of you would be customers of Fortis BC, but also as, you know, putting my director Surrey board, I'm interested in meeting as many members as I can. And I really find these networking sessions great.
Thanks so much, Dave. Brian Holmes, you're next.
Hi, Anita. Yes, I'm starting a Tech Canada peer advisory board group for CEOs of companies of generally north of 5 million in sales and 20 to 25 employees, where they can get together monthly and have resource speakers, help each other solve problems by being open and vulnerable and really digging into the issues. So kind of a little past the entrepreneur stage, and looking for people to be interested in doing that, particularly in the software industry. I'm looking for right now.
Excellent.
And I have my contact information in the chat box, although my spelling isn't very good.
Brian, you want to get connected with the Health and Technology District in Surrey as well for that purpose.
Yes, I'm actually in the life sciences meeting this afternoon as well. So
Perfect.
that's good. Good. Thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Ilia Golden, you are next.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ilia, and my company is internet-exposure.com. And we help people to get more business through internet since 2001. We worked with some really big organizations, such as universities and political parties, as well as countless small businesses and medium businesses and self-employed individuals, easily 4,000 to 5,000 projects, which is not all that much if you consider that it's been almost 20 years. We also work with many charities and nonprofits, helping them to get a special grant from Google for up to $10,000 a month to advertise on Google. And we can place your website on top of search results, as well as social media, right in front of potential clients who are looking for your product and services. I'm looking to connect with charities and nonprofits so we can get them that grant, as well as with anyone who already does online marketing. We can look over what you're doing and give you helpful suggestions on how to make it more effective. So yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much. Nate Toves, you're next.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're well. I'm Nate from the Neil Squire Society, and we operate a bunch of programs for people mostly with physical disabilities in Canada. We're in year 37, but the program I'm here to talk about today is much more mainstream in nature. So who do you know that has a barrier to their employment or self-employment related activities caused by a disability, physical or cognitive, chronic pain, or an old injury? And they need a tool, they need an assistive device, they need what's called an accommodation. Could be software, hardware, could be ergonomics for somebody with a chronic bad back. They've been to their chiro and their chiro says they should alternate between sitting and standing throughout the day. Maybe they need a proper sit to stand workstation. Hearing aids are $1,500 to $5,000 a year. That'd be a tough pill to swallow for most British Columbians. We get zero coverage through our MSP here in British Columbia. So who do you know that's in the workforce, employed full or part-time or self-employed, that needs hearing aids? Have them give me a call. I run a webinar every Wednesday from 12:30 to 1. And in 30 minutes, you'll leave with all the information you need to understand the program and possibly refer somebody to it. In fact, many people who attend the webinar in the first 90 days actually refer a friend or a loved one into the program. So I'm Nate from the Neil Squire Society. A little technology, a lot of independence. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Patrick Von Pander.
Thank you, Anita. Patrick Von Pander, General Manager for the Astoris Group. At our core, we are a venture capital-backed mergers and acquisitions firm. And what we are looking for in 2021 is we're looking for companies that are interested in selling. Either we're looking to acquire them, any field or industry, or if they're not looking to be acquired just yet, but they do have a vision for selling in a year or 2 years down the road, there's a value builder process that we take them through to maximize their valuation at the time of sale. So who do you know that's looking to build their company to sell and are looking to either go through the process to maximize that, or just want out and are looking to have somebody take it over that will grow it? We're interested. Patrick Von Pander, the Astoris Group.
Thank you. Ashok Jumani, you're next.
Good afternoon. My name is Ashok Jumani and my company's name is World Financial Group. I provide life insurance and disability insurance policies. In today's times of so much uncertainty, ask yourself one question. We all protect our phones, our cars, our homes. But are we protecting our biggest asset, that is ourselves? If we do not protect ourselves, can we bring money home? Something happens to us, we are not able to work. That is the time the disability insurance helps you in taking care of expenses. And if something happens to our life insurance takes care of our families that we leave behind. For a cost of just $4 a month, both these protections can be provided. So if anybody is looking and they think that they need that and it is important, I have left my contact information in the chat. Please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashok. And the next person, she's a lady that's wearing blue, a blue top. I don't see a name.
Okay, yes, Belgian. Thanks, Anita. I thought it shows on my screen, but yeah, hi everyone, nice to see you all. Thanks to Rona for inviting us to this meeting. We were in a different group. So I'm here to network. If you're looking for a part-time or flexible hours, opportunity in the finance industry, yeah, just reach out to me. I will leave my information here. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Carrie, Jothan.
Thank you, Anita, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carrie Jothan. I'm principal of Human Capital Strategies, a small workplace planning and development consultancy. I was born and raised in Surrey, and happy to come back to work with the Surrey Board of Trade and many others. I'm also a member of the Surrey Board of Trade Board of Directors. And I have 42 years in talent planning, development, and utilization. My company works with organizations to identify their workforce needs
and plan and develop workforce and workplace strategies to help them realize their vision and business plans. I also have worked with a number of First Nations throughout our province and resource companies in partnership with them. And I do a lot of labor market research. In the last 8 months, I've conducted extensive research on the workforce impacts and strategies for businesses related to the COVID-19 pandemic. And as part of that, I'm really pleased to have been working with the Surrey Board of Trade on helping them build and launch the very first COVID business playbook in Canada, a one of a kind. You'll hear more about that probably from Anita. And also, I'm very pleased to say, just starting recently, I'm now working with the BC Chamber of Commerce on 7 regional playbooks throughout the province. And that will be a really exciting project. Congrats to Anita and SBOT on all this innovation and the playbook and all the support they give to businesses in Surrey on business resilience, not just during the pandemic, but before and after. I like to connect with organizations in the small business area where I can help them with workforce planning and workplace planning challenges and help them move forward into the next normal. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Pierre Bourbonnais, you are next.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Anita, for the intro. Yes, so I'm Pier Bourbonnais. I'm with Peninsula Canada. We are the premier HR provider for small and medium-sized businesses here in the country. We work with small and medium companies between 5 and 50 employees to provide them with HR services and health and safety services as well. So just a quick story. I spoke 2 weeks ago with a company where they had been in business for 30 years. They didn't have contracts in place. It was all verbal agreements, which, let's be honest, most businesses here in BC run on. Because of the pandemic, unfortunately, they had to shut down and they're not coming back. 2 employees. The gentleman called the Employment Standards Branch, was told that termination pay was 8 weeks. Because they didn't have contracts, the employees came back at the company, one demanding 130 weeks of termination pay and the other 72. Adding insult to injury, this gentleman had actually, on one anniversary, purchased a truck for an employee, and the other one he'd given a Harley Davidson. These are the things we help businesses prevent. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I've put my information in the chat.
Thank you so much, Pierre.
Thank
the
you.
next person is labeled as Ignacio's iPhone. Ignacio.
Yeah, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm on the workplace right now. That's why I'm on my phone. My apologies for that. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so my name is Ignacio Arias. I'm an entrepreneur on the software industry. We provide services for entertainment, for example, like concerts and like that. We bridge all those events, and we are like a ticketing service. We have our website. It's called Tafis. I will leave my details on the chat box. The application is also on Android and iOS for all devices. Along the way, that's our first product. We're launching our second one. It's gonna be ready in the next couple of months. We don't know how to deal with any kind of business here in Canada, so I want to connect with everyone who wants to share a good piece of advice or course or whatever can I take from here. I studied software engineering back home in Costa Rica. I'll leave my details over there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next person, the box is labeled as Wazzy Dalamini. Wazzy? We can't hear you. No. There. Nope. Nope, you're still on mute, Wazzy. Still on mute.
I'm still on mute. How
Okay.
about now?
Working. Good.
Good. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. Hi, everyone. My name is Wazzy, and I don't have a business, but I have many ideas, and I'm taking this class, a business class that I'm hoping to learn more. And I have worked for nonprofits for the last 20 years, and I'm just about to take a leave of absence from that, or retirement, if you want to call it, and looking forward to working for myself. So I'm happy to be here and hope to learn more. Thank you.
Thanks so much. James McMullen, you're next. James, there you are. Can't hear you. No. We can't hear you. James, we can't hear you. No. You're on mute. Okay, if you can put your information in the chat function, and we will all look at it. And then the next person is, that is it actually. The thing is, we have 20 more minutes. And usually the second question that I ask all of us, because networking is all about learning from each other as well. And so I'd like to ask each of you, during the course of the pandemic, what have been some of your challenges and some of your opportunities for innovation in terms of marketing or getting new clients? You know, how have you been able to work through the pandemic? Any advice for any of us? And if you don't have any advice, you can just say pass. So Gaurav, we'll start with you.
Thank you, Anita. So yeah, as far as the pandemic is concerned, for us, it has been, well, I won't say blessing because it's not the right word for it. But yes, a lot of people have started thinking of going online with things that they used to do manually. So in that respect, yes, people have started adapting to the situation very nicely, and technology has played a major role in it. And the best thing that I thought we did as a company was to offer our free service to people who couldn't afford an automation. So we gave them a 6 months period where they don't have to pay anything, and once they start earning back, once their business starts getting the funds that they're expecting, then they can start paying us for the services. So it's all we can do. We can just extend our services, basically a helping hand to people who are not doing too well.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Leonard, any advice or any words? We can't hear you.
Yeah, before COVID, I used to travel to market my product. My last exhibition was in Bangkok late last year. But during this COVID, all the traveling is banned, and I cannot offer my product in person. So as a business developer, I always think about the new business. And now I'm also initiating a new business, which is a home business. And it looks like interesting, but the different industry is wellness. So the message is don't stop creating new, and because this will give you resilience in the income, basically.
Very good, thank you. Brenda, any words?
I'm zoomed out. I would say that's the biggest challenge is like, oh my gosh, I'm getting zoomed out. However, that also creates an opportunity because I realized how little I would just pick up the phone, you know, to call people, and like email was like just really quick, or a text was really quick. And I decided, you know, like during this time, let's just take the opportunity to connect with friends and family and colleagues, and you know, just picking up the phone and calling rather than always being on Zoom. But Zoom's been great that way as well. So, you know, the good with the bad, but it all works out. It's great.
Absolutely. Roger.
Well, Brenda, you went about 70% of the direction I was going. Um, one of the things that I always marvel at is in all our businesses, we look at how do we generate new clients with our existing services, but sometimes we overlook what the new services are that we can generate with existing clients, and how are we reaching out to those clients. And we're in a time that's, I'm going to use one of the unwords, but I'll use unusual instead of the other one that we're hearing way too much of, that there's only so many times in our life that we're all going through the same thing in our own way, but we're going through the same experience in some way. Previous to this, it was probably 9/11, that all of a sudden the world was turned upside down as a result of a world impact event. Here we are again, no matter who you call, they're going through this in some way. And to be able to reach out to those people is a very personal connection now, more so than it has been in decades. And I just encourage people to not overlook that, not forget to take the time to make those calls to the people you've known the most, see how they're doing, check in with them, listen to what their challenges are. And it's very, very effective, and it's gonna reformat the relationships you have.
Excellent. George, is your audio working? George Pedersen? No, it's not working. It's okay. Thank you, though. Any words of advice? You can just put it in the chat function. Kyle?
Yeah, I think it's made organizations say yes to offers of help more. We have put our containers in front of pet food stores. We collected 3,000 pounds of pet food for a pet food store in Kelowna. We had food drives, food banks. We drop our portable space in front of a spot. It's secure. We do it at no charge. And I think a lot of organizations are in a spot where they're like very willing to take assistance, and they're very open to being innovative in that. I mean, who thought that a shipping container could be part of a community involvement? But it can, and people are seeing that. So I think there's some good opportunities.
Absolutely. David Bennett.
Yeah, hi there. There's lots of good thoughts in all of that. I think, yeah, at Fortis we have about 2,400 employees, and I think we were very surprised by how much we could actually work from home. So we had most of our employees go home, except for the ones that had to be out in the field, going around and making sure everything is still running. But I think that was a big learning, that we probably don't have to be in the office every day. We can do some things differently. The other thing is, you know, just reaching out to people. I think Roger mentioned that, you know, it's your customers, but as well as your employees. I know in my department, I started off with a weekly meeting, 7:30 in the morning on Tuesdays, and I did it for a couple of months, and I thought, you know, it's a good way to reach out to people, make sure everybody's doing okay, because people are worried about things. And then I asked them, well, you know, do you want to back off on doing these meetings? And no, everybody still likes doing it. We just did one this morning. And I think that's not underestimating how much people value that sort of contact. And also, people don't always totally understand what's going on. I think just having somebody else to talk to is a good thing. So that's a couple things for me.
Thanks, Dave. Brian Holmes.
Yeah, I think that there's been a lot of advantage in the working from home and saving a lot of commute time and energy. Certainly reaching out by phone, I guess, has probably been my most successful method, and then Zoom meetings after organizing them by phone ahead, and just I have seen, I guess, with some of the companies that I work with, that their non-essential people are not in the office all the time, but background in factory work and that, and the innovations in how to keep people separate and safe have been really, really good. So,
Thank you. Ilia.
Hello again, everybody. By the way, I wanna make some comments on Gaurav's software ClassTrack. I think it's amazing. I think we're very lucky to have something like that developed pretty much in our area, in our community, and I hope it will continue to succeed and perform very well, because there's definitely a lot of need for it these days. And I do find that there are some changes, I guess, in way people learn and the way people network. There are a lot more online events because that is the only choice right now. And I do find online events to be rather convenient. You can, pretty much do them back to back to back, maybe with, 20, 30 minutes a break between them, and you don't need to rush from one location to another. Saves a lot of travel time. You do see a lot of people. You can connect with more people, because on the screen you can see everybody. It's just impossible to do the same thing with the live event. It is definitely different, and there are many advantages. The pandemic will go away sooner or later. But I hope this way for people to meet each other will stay here and will continue to be helpful for many businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ilia.
Thank you. Nate.
Well, get on the phone. That was my top one. Like has already been said a couple times and started, I think, by Brenda. But Zoom has been good, but Brenda's right. You get zoomed out pretty quick. So I've really loved jumping on the phone, and you can talk to a lot of people you normally couldn't talk to. In some big organizations, who's in the office? Some of the top people. Who's not? They're gatekeeper. So hit pound. Pound gets you to the dial by name directory. Did you know that? Well, now you do. When you leave a bad message and you screw it up and you're like, oh, don't hang up, hit pound, and you can redo that message. The other thing I've been doing is all of my talks all around the province. I've been reminding people about charities. Their golf tournaments were canceled. Their fall galas have been canceled. Their need has increased dramatically. You're not going to Mexico. You're not going to Cuba. You didn't go to Europe this summer. You're not going to restaurants like you usually do. You're not driving your car as much. Charities need your help. The Neil Squire Society right now, believe it or not, for every $1 that gets donated, we get it corporate matched 5 times. So if there's somebody in your life with a disability and you see the value in us, please donate to us. Food banks, Anita and the team have been pounding the need for the Surrey Food Bank. For every $1 you...
Okay, we lost your voice, your volume there. No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. A bag of food is great, but for every $1 you give to a food bank, they'll turn it into $2 or $3 of food. So support your local food banks, and thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you. Patrick.
Thank you. I'll start with a bit of a personal story. Those that know me really well know that I suffer from a personal addiction to live stand-up mix and mingle business networking, and doing that 3 times a week and then having that completely go away. Thanks for being part of the solution to help me satisfy that craving and get my fix by doing it online. Certainly Zoom and LinkedIn have been tremendous. And then just a whole slate of other technologies have certainly helped me, Calendly, to just allow people to be flexible in terms of when they want to schedule themselves. And then just the whole slate of technologies, in our group of companies, we're very fortunate to have some great CRM, ERP technologies that just allow you to absolutely mimic the way we would operate within kind of a cohabitate or co-working office space, from document handling and communication sharing, phone calls, live chats, being able to do screen shares, digital document signature technologies. You really have a lot of capability to leverage your time better. And now, quite frankly, I know that some people might feel like they get zoomed out. I don't seem to be suffering from that. In fact, I'm kind of grateful that I can trade my windshield time for even more meetings and more connections in with people. So yeah, it's just about getting those needs met, right? And that's kind of a human driver. We do what we do to get our needs met, and self-awareness is that superpower. So if you can reframe it or find another way to lean into it, I think that's a really healthy way to cope with it.
Thank you. Ashok?
Before the COVID period started, we used to have a strict guideline that any contract that you are signing or anybody that you are doing any transaction has to be face-to-face. With COVID coming in, there were two situations. We could either complain about the situation or we could adapt to the situation. So our company changed it and adapted to the situation. Thanks to Zoom, we were able to do away with the requirement of face-to-face, and we started everything online. Now this resulted in lot of time saving and lot of money saving. The money that we saved, last week we donated $250,000 to 5 hospitals across Canada, and one of them was Surrey Memorial Hospital. You save money, you give it back to the community. Every adversity brings us an opportunity. It is our attitude, how we look at it. Either we can complain about it and do nothing and lose everything, or we do something about it and look solution to every problem, and you will find a solution. So my suggestion is, instead of changing to a different industry, in your existing industry, there is always a possibility of finding a solution. Zoom has been a boon to the industry everywhere. Look into it and see how best you can use that technology to your advantage.
Thank you, Ashok. Thank you. James McMullen from RBC, is your audio working? Ignacio, do you have any words?
Yeah, I appreciate all the presence on time for everyone, especially you, Anita, to host and organize all these sessions. I'll be up to follow up with this networking and every to more networking events that you have over there, and if you want to share it, and if they are public, not private, or something like that, and I'll be all in to continue growing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Carrie.
Thank you. Well, Patrick, I agree with you completely. I love Zoom, and it's afforded me much more opportunities to network, to interact with people than I have before. A lot of my research, for example, involves interviewing tens and tens of people, every week, and I get to do it on Zoom and actually see them instead of a telephone interview. So there's very, very many ways that Zoom has sort of added some texture for me in my interactions. Clients up north, Indigenous communities up north that are hard to get to, where I've been able to connect with on Zoom. So I know people are tired of it, but I really love it. Just one other thing that I've found in my work of the last number of months during the pandemic is that we're seeing the development of a new set of core competencies for leaders and managers in this new reality. These competencies have always been around, but things like empathy, The core competencies for managers and leaders need to focus on wellness of their workers, mental health. These are things that, you know, were left to HR or to other parts of the organization. And now the leaders have to adopt these, and the managers. I think this is good going forward. I think we shouldn't become complacent. I think we need to keep those sort of things going into the future, regardless of how long the pandemic lasts. And as Anita has said, this isn't the last crisis. This isn't the last pandemic. So I hope that organizations and the individuals, those of you among us that have developed the agility and the so-called resilience, maintain that going forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. And with Human Capital Strategies, we developed Canada's first playbook for business for the pandemic and for other crises. We are having a digital town hall tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And check out all of our many networking events for the rest of the year and into next year at businessinsurrey.com. Remember, the Surrey Board of Trade is Surrey's city building business organization, and we are here for you.